Hi there, I'm out camping, and as you can see, I'm sitting here by the campfire. I'm reading the Håvamål again, lots of wise words. I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the middle class. The middle class, that's us, you know, most of us, we belong to the middle class. And it seems that we are not wanted anymore. I think it was Lenin who said that something like the way to get rid of the bourgeois, the middle class, is to grind them between the millstones of inflation and taxation. So what we have now is a perfect storm consisting of three elements. First of all, we have inflation. That means that everything is getting more expensive, so your money is worth less. You can buy less for the money that you have. And the second part of this perfect storm is a devaluation of your assets. So let's say you have a house. Most likely the price or the value of that house will be less in the future than it is now. It depends on where you live, but that's the trend that we are seeing in several countries now. And the third part of this perfect storm is taxation. The politicians are deciding now that you have to pay more taxes because, well, someone's got to pay for all the stupid things they did during COVID and during, we have a very demanding situation now with the war in the Ukraine and so on and so on. Some people out there think that it would be very practical to get rid of the middle class altogether, so that you would have an elite and you would have the peasants. You would have the rich people, very few, that's the elite, just a tiny portion of the population, and the rest would be, quite poor, and their life options would be not that many. So that's the development that I'm seeing now, and I don't like it. Now you might say that, well, that's just a conspiracy theory and nobody wants to get rid of the middle class and so on and so on. Well, if we look at the developments, then, it really looks like the middle class is not wanted anymore. I've said several times that I think we are moving towards feudalism 2.0. So let's look at one of the trademarks for the middle class. The freedom to travel, freedom of movement. You have money to travel, and you are allowed to travel. Has something happened during the last few years concerning freedom of movement, freedom to travel? Well, yes. And also now we have the green agenda. Other people than you are now trying to decide where you should be allowed to travel, how you should travel, what you should eat. They are actually taking away your choices in the name of the environment. The taxation, I know it's not a popular thing to talk about for some reason, but taxation is going to become a big problem to most people. Trust me on that one. You've seen nothing yet. You will hear these words, or variants of these words. The rich will have to pay more. Yeah, and most people will nod. Yeah, it's only fair that the rich will have to pay more in taxes, But who are the rich? That threshold for being rich, being defined as rich, can be lowered. When they need more taxes, they can just lower that threshold. So most people, I believe, will have to pay more in taxes. It's getting dark now. I guess that could be said about the entire continent of Europe, this this coming winter. But I want to add one thing before I get into the sleeping bag here. The concept of ownership. It matters. And it's being threatened. The certain people in power, they want another model. They want, and you've heard this, I guess, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Well, a lot of people will not be very happy. A lot of people are about to discover that if you own nothing, you're a slave. You are dependent on other people because someone's going to own the stuff that you are renting. If they get rid of ownership, home ownership especially, they will get rid of the middle class. And there's a discussion to be had about house prices and things like that. But ownership is important. If you have no hope of ever owning your own home, that's not good. It shouldn't be impossible to, if you work hard and you save up money, you should be able to buy a house. That's my opinion. And you shouldn't be a slave to the bank either, as the situation is in most countries now. Ownership is important, and I'll read something for you from the Håvamål. Better to have a home, even if it's little. Everyone should call somewhere home. Your heart will be wounded if you have to beg for every meal from somebody else. Truer words were never spoken. But okay. We have to be strong. We have to be strong. This is time to be strong. We will be tested in the months and years to come. So stay strong, and we will get through this.